Howard Shy wait, come to take the throne. To conquer world powers, bring Jacob home. I'm quarterbacking like Jake DeLone, like Mount Rushmore. I got a face of stone.
But all praise. Yeah, I got a powerful topic to go into. You know, powerful topic in the spirit and probably how about you, Mr. Hassan's uncle, yeah, about you, Mr. He says, I adopted Hassan from Islam and dropped him off to Grla to edify. That's a fact. That's a true story, actually. Hassan, how accurate is that story? Would you say?
It's not too off, you know. A couple more details, but
here we go. You know, yeah, me, but you know, they're not important, right? All praises, all praises. But yeah, man. So I want to hear this topic. And, you know, it's about applying pressure. Aside, hold for me. 2nd Ezra 14:14 to a 15. And if y'all got precepts in the room, just let me know you got one, and you know I'll come to you. Yeah, let's start at 14:14. Hold that. So y'all know we went to Puerto Rico last week. You know, and it was crazy because, man, that night, Asad, if you recall that night, which was a Wednesday night, you know, I grabbed Asad, you know, we was hanging out with my family, you know, my kids, you know, one of my ribs. We was hanging out, having a really good time. You know, just a, you know, lovely, wholesome time. And we went out with the Akim, met up with, you know, brother Zamyar, Connor Ward, Debacle Ward, the brother Monologue. Who else? Was somebody else was there? No, that was it. Just us and them, right? And you know, we just had a good time, man. Nice good time, you know. A lot of brotherly love, you know. Cuzzo was there too, right? A lot of brotherly love, you know. Got my family love, got my brotherly love, and then you know, I had to rush home. I hadn't even packed yet, and had to get ready to go to Puerto Rico. You know, smashed out the door to the house to you know, to go to the airport. And as I'm driving to the airport, man, I just, you know, Satan just, you know, he really attacked me. He just started, you know, all type of just thoughts was going in my head, and it kind of just seemed like, you know, this good time I just had for the last few hours of spending time with my family, and then, you know, getting time with the Akim, you know, that beautiful time. He was attacking that, you know what I'm saying, in my, you know, in my head. I just said Northeast LA Raider 13, or yeah. We're gonna be like I just said, we're gonna be at Mario's noon to 2. We're gonna be on University Center in Twain, 2:30 to 4:30, and then we're gonna be at Fremont at the Walgreens on 4th, probably 5 to like at least 7 or 8. But yeah, so man, you know, Satan just started attacking me, man, and you know, it was crazy. So hit this real quick. Hit that 14 to 15 real quick for me.
2nd Ezra 14 and 14. Oh, 2nd Ezra 14 and 14. Let go from the immortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature.
And that's basically what was going on. He was attacking me with mortal thoughts, burdens of man, and the weak nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you getting ready to go out of the country basically for 5 days. What if something happens? And what if your kids never see you again? What if your Akim never see? This is the type of stuff that's attacking me in my head. And the cold thing is, I don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not the type of stuff that I ever dwell on. You see what I'm saying? So it was, and when I'm telling you this, it's not like the thought just appeared. You know what I mean? I'm talking about heavy. I'm talking about this was consuming me as I'm driving. You know, and I'm driving into the airport. You know, and it was really, really just, I'm talking about just weight, like I could just feel the weight of it. You know, and it kind of took me a second to fight out of this climate, you know, it's like a fog, there's a satanic fog, just like engulfed me. And I know I'm not the only person that this probably has happened to. It may probably happen to me again. But you know, scriptures like this came to mind, and what's crazy is, you know, this scripture is a scripture that I was in a council with an elder, and he had just brought this out to me. And you know, this is just a heavy scripture, but I had to really fight out of it through the spirit. And you know, I always tell people you have to be able to identify Satan when he comes, because he's going to come. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's coming. So you got to identify him when he comes and say, oh, that's Satan. The hell out of here, Satan. So it was at that point that I realized, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, we're doing so much powerful work. And going here to Puerto Rico, it's even a further expansion of the ministry. And Satan doesn't want that to happen. You see what I'm saying? He wants Puerto Rico to stay asleep. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want none of this work to get done. So, of course, here he comes on the attack because he doesn't want this operation to go. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't want any of that to happen. So he's working overtime so he doesn't have that happen, so he can keep Esau in power. You see what I'm saying here in this setup, the way he's got it, right? So start from the top of 14.
2nd Ezra 14 and 14. Let go from the immortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature.
Read on.
And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee.
That's what it was. These were heavy thoughts attacking me. Right. And of course, every time we go out of the house, every time we go to do anything, if we travel even much more, of course, there is a potential that something possibly can happen. You leave the house, you sit in the house, something can happen. Right. But you shouldn't think about you know what I mean? You don't just, I'm just going to think about all the what ifs. You see what I'm saying? Nah, you put aside the thoughts that are most heavy to you. That's why this scripture, I mean, it's so powerful. Right. Go ahead.
It says, set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
And haste thee to flee from these times. And how are we going to flee from these times? The only way out of these times is through us doing this work, waking our people up, our people keeping the law, statute, commandments, and the faith, and the Most High sending his son because of us doing that, him sending his son through us manifesting that kingdom, him sending his son to come and deliver us up out of here with Mashiach Yahushua. That's how we flee from these times. There's no other way for us to flee from these times. Let's say a brother says, you know what, this is wicked as hell. I'm done. I'm about to just pop myself. Let's say the brother kills himself. Well, you kill yourself, and let's say when maybe you start a trend, maybe more brothers say, you know what, I want out of these times. I'm just going to pop myself, right? And then guess what? You wake back up. You still in captivity. Nigga, y'all niggas done quit. Y'all done took your hand off the plow, got weak, killed you. Said, now we're still here. We're still here now on account of you. You see what I'm saying? So the only way out of these times is this work. That's the only way out of these times. So if we want to get out of here, we got to put off all of that BS, all the mortal thoughts, and go, this work got to get done through the spirit of the Most High. Yeah, this work, precept, go ahead, hit it.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. For God have given us the spirit for God have not given us the spirit of fear.
We don't have this. The Most High is not out here giving us the spirit of fear to be scary. What is the spirit he gave us? Read on.
But of power.
But of what?
Of power.
But of power. That's what we can. We come with power. And Satan, he's opposed to our power, the power that the Most High has given us. So he's trying to trick us out of the power that we have, right? Because he can't take the power from us. He's trying to trick us out of it. We gonna mess it up just like when we had our kingdom and we messed that up on our own. His job is to come and try to trick us out of it, right? And then go and say, look what he did. Now you got to judge him, right? Go ahead, finish that.
And of love and of a sound mind.
And of love and of a sound mind. So the love, that's what we come in. People don't understand this labor that we do, this ministry that we do. You know, it's so crazy when people that are outside, or even people in the Hebrew Israelite community that aren't, that are, just, keyboard people, they have a problem with us doing this work, and they don't understand that this is a labor of love to do this work. We didn't all just stop our lives, whatever we had going on, to say, you know what, I'm just gonna go teach on the street. Like what if it wasn't for the benefit of doing what the Most High told us to do and us waking our people up, what in the hell is the point of us going on the streets and teaching? What do we get out of it outside of our people waking up and getting the blood off our hands? But if we didn't really believe in this and that wasn't what this was about, what would we get out of this? Nothing. So why do we do it? We're doing it for those reasons. So that's that labor of love. Then it said of a sound mind. That sound mind is not the mind that the mortal thoughts are constantly wearing down, right? That's Satan trying to get us out of a sound mind. The Most High gave us a sound mind. So we fight Satan. Right. And like I've gone into before, the Hebrew word for fight is lacham, which is also the Hebrew word for bread, right? So these scriptures, this is our bread, and we use it to fight. So when you get overwhelmed with these thoughts, like I did in that moment, a scripture like this, 2 Ezra 14:14-15, this is how you fight and you rebuke Satan with that. And you get those demons up off you with the word of the Most High. Because this is exactly what the angel is telling Ezra right here. Ezra, this is what you need to do. Don't worry about none of that. We got to get out of these are messed up times that we need deliverance from. You see what I'm saying? And the only way for us to get deliverance from us is if you go and teach your people. So that was the point of this whole Puerto Rico operation. It was so deep and crazy is when we're there, everybody was really wide-eyed looking at us like they'd never seen something like this. And it was bugging me out because I'm like, damn, it's a lot of Ephraimites in the truth. Like it's a lot, probably like one of the top between maybe, Ephraim, Issachar, and Gad were probably like, the top of the Northern Kingdom tribes that have a lot of representation that a lot of us awake. So I'm like, damn, it's kind of crazy because they're acting like they've never seen anything like this before. And like, I know there's camps that have been to Puerto Rico before and done the work in Puerto Rico. I know people personally, but it almost seemed like, no one had really done it, on that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, and really to where the people of Puerto Rico really understand what it is that's going on. They're identifying what that is that's going on. And they were, it was curious and it was inquisitive, and I'm talking about, they were excited, the people that listened and dealt there was really no short dialogues there the whole time. Everybody who stopped and stayed, they stayed for a long time. They asked a lot of questions. They got answers. They exchanged contact information with, the officers and the people on the ground there and, things of that nature. So it was beautiful. But just seeing what happened in that operation, it's like, of course, Satan didn't want this to happen. Look at all this work that's done. Look at how attentively there are so many brothers and sisters that listened while we were there. Of course, he doesn't want that done. Of course, he doesn't want this thing to spread like wildfire throughout the island of Puerto Rico. You see what I'm saying? Of course he doesn't. So it makes perfect and total sense. So his job is to try to get us off of our job. And he's going to, as the saying goes nowadays, he's going to apply pressure on us, right? That's what he's doing. He's trying to apply pressure. So it's our job also to apply pressure, right? This is the theme of this whole lesson tonight is applying pressure, and this is something that I learned in the world. If you have somebody that's opposing you, and this is turning into a drawn out conflict, your job is to apply a certain amount of pressure on this person to where they're going to wave the white flag. Because somebody's going to have to wave the white flag. So I'm going to have to apply the pressure on you to where you just give up. You see what I'm saying? That's the mindset that we got to have, because Satan is not finna stop. He's not letting up. He's not chilling out. Right? Matter of fact, somebody give me Revelation 12:12.
I got a precept 12.
Right? Who got a precept?
Me.
You got a precept? Okay, hit your precept.
This Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
That's right. See, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. And that's what we have to. We have to stand in that strength and that confidence of the Most High and the power that the Most High has given us as his servants who are walking uprightly. Right, read.
Put on the whole armor of God.
See, that armor of the Most High, that's what's going to defend us from the satanic attacks. Right, read.
That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Because Satan is coming, and he's coming in different ways. He's attacking from every angle, right? That's how he's attacking. So you got to be armed. You got to have armor. You got to have protection. You got to have shield and buckler. So when those attacks come, you are able to defend yourself. You're unscathed. You're unfazed by those things, right? Go ahead.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
We're not fighting this physical fight. A lot of our people, I see somebody earlier asking about, do we have guns? Don't worry about that, right? We're fighting against flesh and blood right now. This flesh and blood fight is so, I mean, this spiritual fight is so much crazier than a flesh and blood fight. A flesh and blood fight is so much easier. Here's the target. Here's what we need to do. We need to kill this person. right? Satan is not that easy to, it's not as easy to defeat as a human being. A human being is easy as hell to kill, right? You pick up a gun, you point at the air, you pull the damn trigger, you know, for good measure, you hit him a couple more times, they're gone, right? Satan, you can't just smoke Satan. You see what I'm saying? Satan, this nigga's gonna keep fighting. He's just gonna keep fighting you. He's just like a you ever fought somebody high on Sherm or meth or something? They're just gonna keep fighting you. You can beat them up, they get up. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? He'll fight you all day. He don't care. You're looking like, all right, man, it's over, bro. This fight is over, man. I'm not gonna keep knocking your ass out. You see what I'm saying? That's Satan. Go ahead.
But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world.
That's what we fight against, the rulers of the darkness of this world. Satanic power. That's what we're fighting against. You know what I'm saying? And because that's who's trying to influence us to make us misstep and us to walk off the path that we're on towards the kingdom, right? Like Hamashiach said, the kingdom is likened unto, you know, a narrow way, right? Where you know, only one can go at a time. One side there's fire, one side there's water, right? But when you get to where you're going, you know, it's the great and illustrious kingdom. So his job is to get you to slip into that water or into that fire. Easy, right? Decor, you got one?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. It was like, you know what the thoughts?
A
little bit more. Finish that. We go to Decor. Go ahead.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
It's that spiritual wickedness in high places that's coming straight from Satan. Satan has so many different ways to get you, right? Halima Williams, Satan has so many different ways and mechanisms to attack you, more than any human being can ever possibly possess, because he not only can hop on somebody to get them to physically attack you, then he can attack you himself.
Right.
He can pop up in your mind and put all type. You see what I'm saying? He's hard to, you know, finally defeat. But of course, we're going to do it through Hamashiach. Go ahead, Decor.
This is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
See, like he said, let's set beside every weight, these things that weigh us down, and they're gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, I was just talking to somebody, and I've talked to a couple brothers about this, but like, you know, stuff is gonna happen, and it's not gonna stop happening, right? Like a lot of our people, we got this idea that's like, you know, if I could just get this, everything will just be. No, it won't. You know why? Because if it was, what would you need the kingdom for? You wouldn't even need a kingdom. If we could just get everything cool here, there would be no point of going to the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? So stuff is always going to happen here because it's an imperfect play, and we have to keep our mind that there's something better and greater for us than this BS, than Las Vegas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Israel 144. There's something much greater for us than this. So because there's something so much greater for us than this, why, you know what I'm saying? So stuff got to keep happening to remind us that, nah, we got to keep our eyes on the prize. This place is not the prize. This place is Esau's prize, but you as so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, this is not your prize. The kingdoms that you had established before the white man came and did what he did, I'm talking about the Aztec, the Maya, the Inca, the homie empire in West Africa, the what's my man, Mansa Musa, the Mali Empire in West Africa, like that. Those places were much greater than this here. So we've already had better than this, even though we forgot about it. Israel 144, the water again. We've already had greater than this, right? This ain't it. Trust me, and we have something even greater, something unimaginable that's awaiting for us if, you know what I'm saying, we do what we're supposed to do here now, right? Go ahead. There's more than that. More than that, Decor.
Verse 2. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and the finisher of our faith.
See that? Boom, because we're looking to him in the work that he did in the kingdom that he promised that he was going to bring back from his father to us. That's what we're looking for. More on that.
Who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
That's right. He endured the cross. So if he endured the cross, we got to endure our crosses. we're not, you know, Esau might bring back crucifixions. That's possible. But, you know, as of right now, as it stands presently, how we bear our cross is these burdens that we deal with here in these lives that we live. You see what I'm saying? Shaquad.
Book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Basically, rejoice the people that are in rulership. Read.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Woe to people who aren't in power right now. Right? Read.
And of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So Esau, and you know, of course, Esau is the physical arm of Satan. So that power is coming to its close right now. So their wrath has been turned up right now. I don't know if many of y'all have heard, but there was in Riverside, California, we just had an Issacharite version of George Floyd. Checky Robinson, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Water. We got an Issacharite version of George Floyd, Ernie Serrano, that just took place in Riverside, California. What are they saying about Ernie? The same thing they said about George Floyd. Oh, he was high. Oh, this and that. He was it's crazy because when you look it up, watch this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull this up. This is some of the craziest stuff, and it's really not crazy because we've seen it so many times. You feel me? But it still just blows my mind to see it, and them to just say this stuff so openly the way they do it. Right? Watch this. Is this the one I looked at? Watch this. Is this it? Here's the brother, right? This is in Ruba. Okay. Is this the article?
Shout out to the leaders and the coaches.
No.
The dream makers and
chill out. Is this the one? No, I don't think this is this the one.
I got a piece.
Right here, see now, watch this. Hold on, watch this. I'm gonna zoom in on this for y'all. This just killed me. But I'm not surprised because they always do it, but it's still mind-blowing. Look at it. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco on Monday released video and shared details regarding the death of a 33-year-old convicted felon. Why? What did that have to do with anything? Why do we have to point out that he's a convicted felon? That is unrelated. This nigga died. You know what I'm saying? The dead felon. What? Do we say that? Why are we talking about people like this? You see what I'm saying? But of course, Black and Hispanic, man, we got to always go into, and it's crazy. I watched on the plane coming here, I watched the movie The Hate You Give, which I hate that movie so deeply. Who's seen it? Listen, oh my God, don't watch it. I hate it. It's one of the worst movies, right? I knew I was going to hate it when I first heard about it. And I kept myself from watching it, but I'm on a plane like, you know what, I got a 4-hour flight. I'll watch it, whatever. I don't really want to care for none of the other movies they had. And, it was just crazy because, spoiler alert, right? If y'all ain't seen it, but so it's the young sister hop in the car with the little boy, her little childhood crush. She started going to private school. He's running the street, so they hadn't seen each other for a while. They run into each other at a party. The party gets shot up, and she ended up leaving with him. So, he pull over, mac on her, kiss her, whatever, boom, boom. And, he's driving away now. But, he gets over, like, all the way without signaling, like, all the way into the turning lane. So the police pull him over, boom. Police kill him, he got a hairbrush. Police smoke him about the hairbrush, whatever. And it's bad because it's not like he just had it in his hand. He's brushing his hair. Right. So it's not like, maybe it's a gun, like you're not brushing your hair with a pistol. But whatever, they kill him. And after they kill him, all they're talking about is he's a drug dealer. But there was no drugs in the car. There was no gun in the car. But it's just known around that the nigga's selling drugs now. So that's all they wanted to talk about. So what does that have to do with? But it even goes back to that video we have with that damn obese white woman. Remember when she said, well, they're criminals. They're criminals. The cops are killing black men because they're criminal. Like, okay, I didn't know that death by firing squad was the punishment for every goddamn crime. That don't even make sense. We want to talk about criminality. They don't even, and most states are not even doing lethal injection and executing people anymore. But you can still get executed publicly in the streets if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. And it's happening all the time. So they do this, brother. Matter of fact, let's go back. Hold on. They do this, brother, just like, I mean, we've seen so many times, just like we saw with the brother George Floyd, right? Same exact thing. My 5G ain't working too good at this hotel, man. All right, while y'all running ads. All right, come on, man, hurry. This ad long as hell. Okay, let's go. Look, they beating him, man. They beating him. Oh, look, tackling him, beating him, tackling him. Look at this, choking him. So here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. So are they saying what he's doing is resisting right now? Because you're choking him, right? Let's just go back a little bit.
Now we're getting a look at
look.
video that shows the confrontation that happened.
He goes to tackle him, right? Okay. He's applied the choke. We see the choke, right? So is me now, the average one of us, right? As men, if somebody chokes us, we're going just naturally, your body's gonna try to stop a nigga from choking you. You know what I'm saying? And not even really much you can do about that. No, don't choke me. You said, who wants to just get choked? So, but I'm resisting now because my survival instincts has kicked in that you tried to choke me. So now I'm resisting, right? So let's keep going.
Toronto refused to leave and allegedly attempted to reach for a security guard's handgun.
Allegedly attempted to reach for a security guard's handgun, right?
Autopsy revealed Serrano had meth, marijuana, and other
drugs, same thing. Didn't they say the same thing about George Floyd? Oh, it was drugs in his autopsy. Drugs. He's on drugs.
Drugs in his system at the time of the confrontation. There were no other indications of trauma and no signs of asphyxiation.
What did he say?
There were no signs of any other trauma and no signs of asphyxiation.
I mean, you cut off his oxygen. I mean,
my thing is, so wait, you're choking him, but there's no signs of asphyxiation. Exactly. But we seeing you choke him though. So I gotta believe this. Right. This is crazy, right? This is nuts, right? But this is a part of Satan's great wrath because he know he had but a short time. He's just freaking out on us right now, right? He is really freaking and has been freaking out on us, been killing us left and right, right? You know, we just don't have the footage of all this. You know what I mean? Everything that's happening is not footage coincidentally and conveniently. Body cams. I just heard about a brother just got shot. Body cam coincidentally just wasn't on. You know, all this stuff that's going on, but this is all a part of Satan's great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. That's all what this is a part of. You know what I'm saying? Salaki. Okay, boom. You finished that? Okay. Anybody got precepts? Precepts? Go ahead.
Precept. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober.
Salaki, hold that. Hold on. We coming to that. Don't worry about it. Hit that.
I got this is Joshua chapter 1 and verse 9. Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest.
Whithersoever thou goest, the Most High is with us, so we shouldn't have any fear. The brother Northern Kingdom Prophet said, but you won't see any damn protests or marches for the Northern Kingdom, brother. And here's the coldest thing about it. And here's what I learned. And I spoke about this before, what I learned when we start going to a lot of the protests in San Diego when I was there, and we start getting real close with the sister that organizes the majority of the protests, which is an Ephraimite sister. And she told me that people basically, they're select whatever black men get the most a lot of media coverage people will show up for, but people don't show up for nobody. People don't show up for black women usually. Like Breonna Taylor was the first time we ever seen people really care about a black woman that was a victim. People talked about Sandra Bland, but people wasn't showing up. Trust me, I went to the rallies. There were certain rallies where there were more SICARRI people there than there was anybody else. And this was not when SICARRI was as deep as we are now. This is when it was just Dago. You know what I'm saying? And we're showing, and it's more of us than there is anybody else. Like Corinne Gaines. Remember the police came into her house and killed her in front of her son, right? You know, and stuff like that. So these even, you know, what everybody's getting outraged about is what, you know, all this stuff is tailored. You got to understand, even with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the stuff that goes viral on there, they allow it to go viral. You got to understand that. All this stuff is based on algorithm. We can all in this room be following each other and we can all make posts and none of us will see each other's posts. See what I'm saying? This happens all the time. Like I just looked at my impressions on my page. So it said that my like the average post gets like in between 1,900 and 2,000 impressions, right? But I got 4,000 followers. So why isn't everybody seeing my post? Only half of my followers see my post. You see what I'm saying? They don't even make sense. That's because they tailor all of this stuff. I remember when they first started doing that, when they first started, and you'd be like, somebody be on your friends and you just never see them. Why don't I ever see them? See what I'm saying? If you go on Facebook and some people, they're only getting 6 likes. Why you got, you know, a couple of them, why you only have 6? Because only 6 people saw the damn post. You see what I'm saying? They are tailoring that. So the stuff that they allow go viral, that's what's going viral. Right? Even we had, you know, there's a list of names, and it's probably less than a dozen that everybody got upset about, right? In the last decade. Trayvon, started with Trayvon, Michael Brown, Alton Sterling, Philandro Castile, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, Tamira. That's 8 people. Who else? Who else? Oh, Eric Garner, 9. Who else? Are those the only 9 so-called blacks or Hispanics that have got killed by the police in the last decade? Hell no. But we only got a short list of names that everyone cares about and continuously repeats. Right? And now we have to look at them as just symbols, right? And say that this brother represents 100 brothers like him. You see what I'm saying? Because the only reason that those things did what they did is because they were allowed to do what they do. If they want to quell anything, any police brutality, if they want to suppress any of that, they can, no problem. They can do it just like that. Both of them, Shimjon was another one, that was 10, right? They can do it. They only do what the only stuff that goes viral is what they allow to go viral. You see what I'm saying? Other than that, bro, we don't know. Right? Where we at? Who had the precept?
My boy. He said, hold on.
Hold on to that one. You read that? Okay, boom. Let's go. Where we at?
I was a few earlier.
You had so. Oh yeah, go ahead, son. It's a like you.
Okay, just kind of going back to the brother's point concerning, you know, brothers trying to get comfortable in this day and age, in this side of captivity. This isn't a place where, you know, we get our glory. This is 2 Ezra 7 and 42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide. That's a cold scripture. The kingdom of heaven is going to be so much greater than what we have right now. It's incomparable, which is why the Apostle Paul says in Romans 8 and 18, the sufferings of this present life are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. The kingdom of heaven is indescribable. As it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear hath heard what things the Lord hath prepared for those that love him. So all this, even a brother that's so-called living, like I remember Drake said, what did he say? What's that some way about blessed with him and Big Sean? He said, I cannot imagine heaven being much better than this. Little does he know that the lifestyle that Drake is living right now, and brothers like that, that's going to be nothing. And
that's going to be a poor brother.
Right.
Exactly.
A poor brother is going to live better than that.
Yeah.
Feel me? That's going to be the least. Like that house. What's that? Where that house he got built?
Yeah, in Toronto, he's got the $500,000 bed.
He got a $250,000 bed. A poor Israelite is going to live better than that.
Yeah.
See?
I'm going to keep going. Verse 43 is, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. So this is about to get a whole lot worse. So that should really put things in perspective when, you know, our people go through it. It's the type of stuff that's getting ready to happen is going to be like the world has never seen ever. Like it says in Jeremiah chapter 30, the time of Jacob's trouble is a time that the world has never seen. I have one more scripture. This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 8. It says, For if Jesus, Yahushua, had given them rest, then would not he not have afterward have spoken of another day? There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God. I'm going to jump to verse 11. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. So we're getting the day of rest is coming. All we got to do is labor for it. We just got to work. I think it says in Sirach 51 and 30, work thy work be times, for your work will be rewarded.
Exactly. Beautiful precept. Precept on us. Go ahead.
I got a precept for Micah.
Hit him.
Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
Exactly. There you go. This ain't our rest. So we gotta, you know, when it says arise and depart, you get your mind up out of this. It's so much more going on. It's so much more to come. Rather, Salakia. Did you finish 15 in 2nd Ezra 14?
2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
See that? So now go back, jump up to verse 11, and we'll read down to 17, because I want to deal with the context of this whole thing, right? Because he says what he says there, and that's very powerful and great. But there's a whole passage here that can be delved into. So start at 11, and we're going to read to 17.
2nd Ezra 14 and 11. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already.
So what is it talking about, the world being divided into 12 parts? It's just talking about the time period of this world before the new one begins, right? And he already got prophesied about the new world, right? Hold that, get that. 2nd Ezra 6 real quick, so we can understand what he said. This world is divided into 12 parts. And there's a world that's coming after it. So he already spoke on that earlier in his prophecies, right? Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times?
Of the times. So he said the times. So when he's talking about the 12 parts, that's the parting asunder of the times and a new time or a new world, right? Because when you take a look at that Greek concept world, eon, right? Go ahead.
Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of that which followeth?
When's the new world, right? Read.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So the end of the world will happen when Esau is on top, and then that new world is going to begin with Israel on top, right? Or Jacob on top. Go back to that in 14 and 11.
2nd Ezra 14 and 11. For the world is divided into 12 parts.
Right, 12 parts. So the dividing asunder of times, now he's being now told by this angel in depth the length of time. 12 parts are 12,000 years. Read.
It says 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part.
So that's 9.5 parts, right? So halfway to that 10th part, which was about 2,500 years ago, right? When Ezra lived on the scene. He was on the scene approximately 400 or 500 BCE, about 2,500 years ago. So we're coming to the end of all this time soon, right? Go ahead.
And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part.
See that half, and in them 2 parts, 2,500 years is what's left. So that's going to be the end of Esau's world. Now Esau wasn't in power during the time of Ezra, right? So he understood that when Esau was in power, that was now we're nearing the end of the world. Uriel, Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh, Go ahead, read on the verse 12.
Salakia, that goes right back to the time of the Gentiles, which Yahweh spoke about.
Exactly, the time when the non-Israelites were going to have their time to rule the world. and they've passed it around from the Babylonian, Assyrian to the to the Medo-Persian to the Greco-Roman, right? And then you have various empires during that Dark Age time. I got a lesson coming up on the Dark Age soon as well. During that Dark Age time, you had certain people ruin the Han dynasty. You had the Arabs doing their thing, right, having sovereignty, and you also had Israel doing our thing in a heavy way in Europe and Africa and in the Americas as well, and in Asia as well, right? But also you had heathens that was ruling during that time as well. So that was an interesting time. But that was the time of the Gentiles, and that time's going to end. And then after that, when our time comes, our time is never going to stop. All praises to the Most High, right? That's right. Where we at? 12?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And there remaineth after the half of the 10th part.
Oh, that was 12?
Yeah, that's 12.
Okay, give me Ephesians 5 and 15 to 17. Right? Precept on that. We're gonna hold 14, boom. We're gonna get the precept of Ephesians 5. Right? That's all right.
Oh, you wanted me to get that?
Yeah, I told you to get it.
Oops, my bad. All right, let me get it real quick. Ephesians 5 and 5, you said?
5 and 15 to 17.
Okay, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." Redeeming the time.
Redeeming the time, read on.
Because the days are evil.
That's right. We got to redeem the time. So we need to understand what time we're in now. So when we factor in that timeline that's given to us, factor in who is going to be ruined at the end of this time and what the time that's coming is, that's what we need to be thinking about when we're walking circumspectly, right? Understanding the times that we're in, right? Go ahead.
Verse 17, "Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is."
Understanding what the will of the Lord is, understanding that this kingdom is fallen. Understanding that these prophecies are coming to pass and exactly what these prophecies are saying, right? Read.
That's it on 17.
And what the Most High wants us to do, right? Go ahead.
That's it on 17.
You read 15 and 17?
Yes.
Okay. So that's why it's important to understand these things. This timeline is given to us in Ezra, right? Because we need to redeem the time. Give me go back to 2nd Ezra now.
All right, 14.
13 back down to 17.
2nd Ezra 14 and 13. Now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people.
You say what? Set thy house in order and reprove thy people. So that's what we got to focus on. Not being overwhelmed with these heavy thoughts, but reproving our people, because that's what is going to get our people to repent. And people, you know what people can say? Man, you yelling at people and telling them what they're doing is wrong. That's not going to change anything. But here we all are. Here we all are. We either saw somebody, either whether it be in person or on a video, reproving us, and we repented. So clearly what we're doing is working because we're products of the work from somebody before us. Judah, Israel, Yahweh, Shemiah, Shah, Barakatah, Wata, Wata. Right? We're products of somebody from before. Right? So if it worked for us, it's going to work for other people as well. So we need to set our house in order, not worry about this madness, and reprove our people. Read on.
It says, "Comfort such as them as be in trouble."
Comfort, because our people are in trouble. Our people need comfort. They need real comfort. They don't just need a song, every little thing's going to be all right. They don't just need a hit of dope. Because that's all this stuff that our people are running to, that's what we're running to for comfort. But Yahushua promised that the Father would send another comforter in his name, and that would be the Holy Ghost. That's that comforter, and it would teach us all things. So when we come in, we're teaching our people through the Spirit, and the Spirit get on them, then they receive this information in the Spirit. They understand who they are, what's going on, what's to come, and they get comfort that way. That's how we comfort our people. Through teaching them, right? Go ahead.
It says, okay, and now renounce corruption.
You say what?
Now renounce corruption.
Renounce corruption. We got to teach our people to leave all these corrupt things that they're doing the hell alone. Right. Renounce corruption. Go ahead.
Let go from the immortal thoughts.
It say what?
Let go from the immortal thoughts.
And there you go. So while we're doing this and we're focusing on this work, we're proving, comforting, teaching our people to renounce corruption. We got to put away mortal thoughts, right? We can't be, matter of fact, somebody find me this precept, entangled. This, I don't know how, this just hit me now in the spirit.
No soul
entangled
himself with the.
There you go. That's it. Yeah. What's that? That's in Timothy, right?
Yeah, Timothy,
Yeah, bring it up.
2 Timothy 2:4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with affairs of this life.
See that? When you go to war, like even some dudes, when they go to the penitentiary, you got niggas that go to the penitentiary and tell their family don't visit them. Tell their family don't send me no letters, none of that. I can't even be thinking about y'all while I'm going through this. You understand what I'm saying? The same way, the military, you in the battlefield, you ain't got time to think about all that stuff that's going on because it's gonna mess you up. You in the U.S. military, one of them damn insurgents gonna come blow your ass to smithereens. Right. Catch you slipping while you thinking about this and that. So when you at war, which we're in the spiritual war, we don't entangle ourselves with the thoughts of this world, meaning we don't let that get us off point and us to understand that we are full-fledged in the midst of a spiritual war, an advanced spiritual war with a very skilled adversary, right? So he's coming at us. He also coming at the rest of our people. So we're trying to wake our people up, but while we're trying to pull them up out of it, he's attacking us too. So we got to defend ourselves against that, right? We got to be in pure survival mode, and we got to apply the pressure on him the same way he's applying it on us, right? We got to just all gas on this dude because he's not going to let up. He's not letting off the gas pedal even a little bit for you blacks and Hispanics, not even a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead with the rest of that aside.
Okay. It says, verse 14, let go.
Somebody said, who is the he? He is Satan, the spiritual adversary. Right? Read.
2 Ezra 14:14. Let go from the immortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, and put off now the weak nature. Set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
That's right. Through prophesying, through teaching. Go ahead. That's how we haste away from these times. Yeah. Haste to flee these times. Right? Read.
For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
It's going to be more. This stuff we see.
Yeah.
What is it that Pac said? It's going to be some stuff you're going to see. It's going to make it hard to smile in the future. It's getting worse than what we've seen. Right? People thought them damn toilet paper being gone at Walmart, that was bad. Right. That's child's play. You feel me? Child's play. Right? Go ahead.
For look, verse 17, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
The earth is weaker than it once was because of what people have done to it. So in that same way, it's even more evil now than it has ever been. So when you read about these evil kingdoms in the scriptures, you read about the Babylons, you read about any Babylon, you read about Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon, you read about Nimrod's Babylon, you read about Sodom and Gomorrah, you read about Greece, Rome, Edom. You read about all these evil places that the Most High just couldn't stand. You just read the book of Jeremiah. You want to hear about a bunch of places that God can't stand? You go read that book of Jeremiah. Like it says, Jeremiah 28:8, he's been raised up to prophesy against many kingdoms of war. He was telling everybody, get ready. God's just going to send a troop in here. It's going to kill all of you, sell y'all into slavery. Your wives, consider them raped. You see what I'm saying? Jeremiah was telling every damn nation in the world that, right? Guess what? Whatever them nations did to piss the Most High off, that level of judgment came to them, that was 2,700 years ago. People are way more wicked now. Right. They're insanely more wicked, all right? They're on the dark web doing all type of madness, right? You see what I'm saying? So This place is just more evil. So more evils are going to happen, man. Unperceivable evils is getting ready to happen in this earth. Right?
I got this phone from the dark web.
The dark web. I got this bag of chips on the dark web. Man, y'all ain't seen that video? The nigga pulled the pistol out. He said, I just got this gun off the dark web. He put a big ass bag of weed. I just got this weed off the dark web. He said, I can show you how to get this stuff off the dark web. In Bitcoin, yeah, that's what he said. I just bought this Bitcoin, this pistol. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? He's just on there tricking niggas and getting niggas to, they think he's going to teach them some dark web secrets. He's just getting you to cash app him some damn money. Right? That's all that's about. Cash at me. I'm going to teach you. Nigga, please. Right? Go ahead.
Okay, verse 18. For the truth is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hast the division to come, which thou hast seen.
Mm-hmm. Right. So let's get up 1 Peter 5. 1 Peter 5 and 8. We're gonna read 8 to 11. Somebody hold. One second. Open this up.
Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant.
Mm-hmm. See that's what I told you hold, right? Because it was coming. We're gonna go into a couple of these verses. Salaki. Let me get to it. I want to just turn to it real quick. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Go ahead.
1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
So that's how he's hunting. He's a roaring lion. He's going everywhere. He's just tripping. Satan is just out here tripping. He just going and looking for, hold on, this nigga, yeah, what's up with you, nigga? Right. You see what I'm saying? That's just how he just walking, hold on, nigga, who is you? Oh, I'm on this nigga now. That's Satan. See what I'm saying? He's just going about seeing who he can get. He's like Devo out here. Right? So like, let me hold that. So somebody give me Proverbs 28:1. Did somebody else give me Numbers 23 and 24? And then somebody then somebody else give me Job 10 and 16. Hold on, it's Captain. We're live.
No.
Yeah, no, I was just making sure. You want to win the class? Okay, all praises. Yeah, I'll pass it over regular time. All right. I'm live from the room. You said what? Okay, all right, all praises. All right, someone. Salakia. Okay, boom. Where we at? 8. Okay, who got the preset? Who got Proverbs?
I got Proverbs.
We're going to hit 28:1, then we're going to skip to 30 and 30. Hit that first.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
The wicked flee when no man pursueth,
Read on.
but the righteous are bold as a lion.
So the righteous are as bold as a lion. So if Satan, he's going about like a roaring lion, but the righteous are also as bold as a lion. So he's a lion. You got to meet him as a lion. You can't meet him as a sheep. You can't meet him as a hyena. You can't even meet him as a man.
Right.
You got to meet a lion as a lion. That's how you got to meet him in order to beat him. But in righteousness, right? Now skip to 30 and 30. Yeah. You good?
Book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 30. A lion which is strongest among beasts, and turneth not.
It's a lion what?
And turneth not.
You know what that means? He don't turn nothing down. A lion don't turn any fades down. He want just whatever. What would you want to do? He's right with it. It's nothing. It's a word. That's the same way you got to be spiritually. When Satan come, you don't bow down to Satan. What you a lion? I'm a lion too. We can go head up right now. You know what I'm saying? That is how you got to meet him. He's trying to put the pressure on you and everybody else. You press his ass right back. Again, we like him on the Debo. Debo is the archetypical bully in the black community. It's Debo, right? Well, how did Debo fall? Somebody finally stood up to the nigga, right? So how do you get this bully to go down, which is Satan, you stand up to him, period. That's what you got to do. That's it on 30. Go ahead.
Again, this is a lion which is strongest among beasts and turneth not away from any. I mean, for any.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Okay, cool. Boom. Who got numbers? Go ahead.
24:9.
23 and 24.
23. All right, this is Numbers chapter 23 and verse 24. Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lay down until he eat of the prey.
See that? So it says the people, Israel, we supposed to be coming together as a lion. That's how we supposed to be. This is prophetic. It's the prophecy that Balaam is giving about us. He's saying these people, they gonna rise up like a lion, and they not sitting down until all the prey is devoured. And that's the exact mindset in the spirit, because ultimately what he's actually prophesying about is this time, us now in the kingdom of Yahushua. That's really what Balaam was prophesying about. Yahushua and his rulership. I shall see him, but not nigh. Right? What is that? 24 and 17, and what he say in the next chapter, right? So this is 23 and 24. And he's saying these people, they gonna rise up like a lion, and they not sitting down until the prey is devoured. And we're rising up now through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. We're not sitting back down till we in that kingdom under Yahushua, and this world is conquested under Israel. Period. So we're gonna rise up as a lion. There's more on that. Go ahead.
And drink the blood of the slain.
See that? Right? Meaning we are going to devour and conquer these nations. Right? Give me Job 10.
Job chapter 10, verse 16. For it increaseth, thou huntest me as a fierce lion.
It say what?
Thou huntest me as a fierce lion.
As a fierce lion. Go ahead.
And again, thou showest thyself marvelous upon me.
See that? So as we can see, it's describing the way that a lion hunts, and it's describing it as fierce or ferocious. So that same fierceness and ferocity that Satan is trying to hunt us with, we got to give him right back. Fiercely. You see what I'm saying? With ferocity, we hitting back at Satan. We're rebuking demons when they hop on us. We're rebuking demons when they hop on people around us. We are teaching our people what they need to do in order to repent and please the Most High. We are being bright, shining lights and examples to blacks and Hispanics on how we need to conduct ourselves. Right? See what I'm saying? Let me know when you got it.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
This Micah 5 and 8. It says, and the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest.
See that? So on a spiritual level, we're doing it. And eventually, after we rise up fully, we're not sitting back down until after we really go lion on these people. Straight like that, under Yahushua, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. Right? What are they? Why do you think they call him a lion for? What do you think they all think he's coming to hug people? But what do they call him a lion for? And like going back to that Job precept, that's that ferocity that a lion hunts with. Ferociously. You see what I'm saying? That hunt. They on the hunt, we on the hunt.
That's right.
That's how you gotta be. You gotta be in that mind state, right? Esau thought he was a cunning hunter. Nimrod thought he was a cunning hunter. Trust me, man. The Most High gonna put a spirit, because he said he gonna send for many fishers, right? But then he said he gonna send for many hunters. So the Most High, he got hunters too.
That's right.
Right? Like they say in the Spanish tongue, la cazador, right? Which I like in the Spanish, that word just sounds real nice to me. Cazador. You see what I'm saying? And that's what the Most High is sending. The hunters, right? So we're gonna spiritually hunt Satan now. And then when Yahushua come, we're going to really hunt these people for real. See what I'm saying? Where we at? Precept? Go ahead.
A little more to that.
Go ahead.
As a young lion among the flocks of sheep.
Like a young lion, not an old lion, young lion. A young lion is playing with stuff. He's killing stuff don't even need to be killed at that point. Old lion, he going to kill something to eat. Young lion, he's just laying stuff down. He's checking out how sharp his paw. Look, watch what I can do with my paw. Bow. You see what I'm saying? He's playing with stuff. That's how we're going to be on these heathens. Go ahead.
Who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces.
Listen, not only knocks them down, but after they get knocked down, they get torn up in the spirit. And that's what that same way how a young lion is. That's how we need to be attacking Satan and his forces, the powers of darkness in this world, like the brother brought out in Ephesians 6. That's how we got to do it. Precept. Shaquan, go ahead.
No.
Okay, Salaki. All right, back to Peter. Aside, we're gonna go from 9 to 11.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 9. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But the God of
knowing you got to say steadfast, because you know that, like I said, Salakia, whom resist steadfast in the faith. That's that pressure we're applying. They're coming with us. We're steadfastly resisting that and coming at them, right? But then it says, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world, meaning we're going through stuff and we're fighting Satan from hopping on us, and all your brothers are going through it too. So don't ever think it's just you. Satan just singled you out for some reason. He's just on you. Man, he's on all of us in different ways at different times, but he is constantly attacking all the brothers that are out here keeping the commandments, man. All the brothers that are out here having faith in the Mashiach Yahushua. He is trying to attack all of us, right? Go ahead, Asad.
But the God of all grace, who hath called us unto his eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahushua, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect.
After this suffering, we got to understand, we're going to be perfected after this little while of suffering. Right. We just have to endure it, and that perfection is on the horizon. Thus saith the Most High. Go ahead.
It says, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you.
That's right. Make sure everything is going. That's when everything is going to be cool in the kingdom, not before. Go ahead to 11.
It says, strengthen and settle you. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen.
Exactly. And for that, all praises and all dominion and glory to Abanawi Yahweh, because he is masterpiece in this whole situation. Right? Let me get aside Matthew 9, 37 to 38.
All right, this is Matthew chapter 9, verse 37. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous,
right?
But the laborers are few.
That's it. The harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. And this is why that we have to go so hard in this ministry and in this work, because it's not enough of us that are doing it. It's not enough of us that are dedicated. It's not even a significant enough of a portion of Israelites in the truth doing this work. It's a lot of people that know the Israelites, but they're not really on the front lines. You feel me? They're not really on the front lines. It's not even enough of us doing it. So the harvest is plenteous. It's plenty of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that need this work. Plenty of us all over the place that need this word. The harvest is plenteous, Yahushua said. He looked at the Israelites and said, the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. It's not enough people that's going out here that's trying to harvest these crops, plant these seeds, raise these seeds up, water these plants. See? Go ahead.
Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest.
That's right. That's when we came up with the harvest prayer. Send forth more laborers into this harvest so more of this work can be done through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Let me get Philippians 3 and 14. Did somebody hold? Shaquai get Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Natash get 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. The core Romans 12 and 11. Mabawai, making sure. Salakia. Acts 18, 24 to 25. Boom, and it will come around. So hit that Philippians aside.
Philippians 3 and 14. I press toward the mark for the prize.
He said, I what?
I press.
I what?
I press.
I apply pressure, right? But I'm pressing towards the mark. Read.
I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God.
Mm-hmm. That's it. There's a prize at the end of this, and we got to apply pressure to obtain that prize. Period. We're gonna have to, right? That was it on that.
Of the high calling of God in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Boom. That's 3 and 14, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Shaquat. 9 and 10 Ecclesiastes, yeah.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do,
uh-huh,
do it with thy might.
Do it with thy might. Your hand has found this work. So do it with all of your might, this work. Dedicate yourself fully to doing the work of the Most High through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. With all of your might. Apply that pressure, man. Go ahead.
For there is no work, no device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave.
That's right. This is what you got. This is your life's calling. When you die, nigga, it's over. So give this your all. Period. Give it your all. Right? That was it on that?
Whither thou goest.
Whither thou goest, what you're doing after you die, it's over. So in the meantime, give all your might to to the work you've been called to do, to your vocation, as they say, right? That's on that. Natash.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable.
That's right. Be ye steadfast. Apply that pressure. Be unmovable, unshaken, etc. Read.
Always abounding in the work of the Lord.
Always abounding in his work. This work is never done. We have classes. We go to the streets. We teach. That's just a part of the work. And those are the most important or crucial parts of the work, because that's the work that gets the most notice, that puts the most eyeballs. But there's other work that gets done as well. Being a light, witnessing individually to people, throughout your week, etc. Counseling and, being a brother to people, etc. All of that, this work, you have to abound in it. You're always in it when you're really in it, right? Go ahead.
For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Your labor in the Mashiach is not in vain. We're doing this because it's the right thing to do, and because we're doing the right thing, we'll be rewarded accordingly, Most High willing. Right? It's not in vain. So give it your all. Like I'm saying, apply that pressure to Satan, because when you're doing this work, Satan hates it. The angels rejoice, the demons is mad. Because they failed at their job. Their job is to mess with us and keep us wicked. Our job is the opposite of that, to teach us, instruct us, to be a light, an example, to teach righteousness and to be righteous. So when we do that, they get mad. Cool. That's what we need to do. That's how we beat and defeat them, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua the Core.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 11. Not slothful in business.
That should say what?
Not slothful in business.
We got to apply that pressure. We're not supposed to be slothful, lazy in this work. That's not the way to be. Do not be slothful in our Father's business. When Yahweh Shai said, he told his parents, I'm about my Father's business, he wasn't playing. He wasn't being slothful. He was out there teaching 5,000 people just every single day. Just thousands of people. Yahweh Shai, I'm just going to go teach them. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was doing. Right? For a purpose. So we don't need to be slothful in this business. That's not applying pressure to Satan. Satan likes when you slothful. Feel me? He's into that. That's great to him. One less black or Hispanic just going to learn anything. Right? Go ahead.
Fervent.
It say what?
Fervent.
Fervent, meaning on fire. Having a fever for this. Being hot for this. Fervent. Read.
In spirit.
In the spirit. Our spirits need to be on fire for this work. And that's how you're going to defeat Satan. If you're not on fire, you ain't going to beat Satan. You feel me? You're just not. Right? I'm supposed to be on vacation, right? You know I'm going to sneak some work on vacation. Are you kidding me? Me? Not work? And when I say work, I'm talking about this Lord's work. See, please. You can't do it. You see what I'm saying? I can't go. Maybe I'll chill a whole day, but I'm going to find a way. I'm going to weasel my way into some work. See what I'm saying? Because it's just how we gotta be, right? We gotta remember this ain't it. This damn glorified golf course that is Las Vegas, this grown up Disneyland, this ain't it, man. You see what I'm saying? It's really not, right? Go ahead.
Serving Yahweh Shai.
That's right. Mabawat. 24 to 25.
24. And a certain Jew named Apollos, born at Alexandria, an eloquent man.
Right. So this is describing Apollos, which was a top teacher at that time, a contemporary of the apostles, namely Paul. He was eloquent, right? So the brother was good with his words. Read.
And mighty in the scriptures.
Came to knew the Bible, knew the breakdowns, knew how to speak well. Eloquent brother, go ahead.
Mighty in the scriptures. Came to Ephesus.
Read on.
This man was instructed in the way of the Lord. And being fervent in the spirit, he spake and taught diligently.
So this is it's describing a brother that's fervent in the spirit. So we can't just, you ain't just gonna just force fit with being fervent in the spirit. It's described a man. He's eloquent, he's mighty in the scriptures, and he's diligently. What does it say about diligently?
He spake and taught diligently.
He's speaking and teaching diligently. You see what I'm saying? That's what it means to be fervent. He is diligently speaking and teaching. He's not playing with this, right? He studies. He knows. He's been instructed, taught, studied on his own. Then also is teaching other people. That's what it means to be fervent in the spirit. So we're not making any qualms about what actually being fervent in the spirit actually means. It actually means something, right? It ain't just something that you could just, oh, I'm fervent because I make hella posts on Facebook. No, this is what it is, fervent. That he's been taught, he's studious, and he teaches diligently, right? Go ahead.
He spake and taught diligently the things of the Lord, knowing only the baptism of John.
So, but that was the point. It's describing how you actually are fervent in the spirit, what that actually means. If you don't match up to that criteria, stop it with that. You're fervent, you're on fire for this thing. I remember when I first started in San Diego, this dude would always tell me how on fire he was, but he wasn't teaching no damn body. He didn't come to camp one time. I seen him at one holy day. That was the only time I ever seen the man, right? But he would get on the phone with me and tell me he's on fire for this thing. Nigga, no, you not, or else you be doing that. It's that simple. The proof is in the pudding, baby. We know that. That's an age-old saying, and it rings true through the Spirit of the Most High. Hassan, give me Colossians 4:12.
All right, I got a precept too.
Okay. Precept in the back. Okay, I'm gonna come back there one second. Go ahead, Hassan.
All right. This is Colossians chapter 4, verse 12. All right. Okay. Colossians 4:12. Epaphras, who is one of you, a servant of Christ, saluteth you, always laboring fervently for you in prayers.
See that? So, but not only is can you be fervent in the work, but also you see he's fervently praying as well. See that? Because now read it from the top, Asad.
Colossians 4:12. Epaphras, who is one of you, a servant of Christ, saluteth you, always laboring fervently for you in prayers.
See that? So he's describing prayer as a labor. See that? And it could become a labor because Satan will also attack your flesh and try to deter you from putting your prayers up. He'll love to distract you. Does it to me all the time, right? Just have you off thinking about something else. Totally just be like, wait, what? I was just praying. I was supposed to pray. What the hell happened? There he is. He's applying the pressure constantly. I'm telling you, he don't let up. So don't let up, man. Right? I remember when I was younger brother, I had, we was going through some certain situations, and I instructed my little homies, man, like, bro, we got to hit these niggas every day till they get what's going on. Till they get that this ain't what they want. Satan, that's how he's doing it. You got to hit him the same way. And stay on his ass. He ain't chilling. He don't know no chill. You think Satan's kicking his feet up somewhere? No, that nigga's on niggas. They try to get him. He's gonna walk to and fro, seeing who he can get. Not get him. And understand it's not just him. He got niggas. He got little niggas with him. Little demons. What these little niggas call themselves now? Demons. Demons. No, he really got demons though. You niggas think you're demons. Y'all get shot. Y'all crying. The demons, they don't have feelings. You feel me? The demons is coming. Period. Right? Precepts. Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 4. The soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing.
You see that? The soul of the sluggard, he want everything, but he don't got nothing because he don't put the work in. He don't put the work in. This guy can't.
Yeah.
My family. Yes, go ahead.
But the soul of the
Vial
diligent shall be made.
What did he say, Zod?
He said vile affection.
Go ahead, read that part again, Shaquan.
It says, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat.
When you're diligent, that's who's going to get the kingdom, brothers who are diligent. Everybody know, all these SICARRI soldiers, they know about diligence, all right? They learn that very early in the course. Diligence and its importance. And that diligence is what's going to get us the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? Other is not going to get us the kingdom. Sluggardness is not going to get us the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? Precept, you had a precept in thoughts? Go ahead, hit it.
This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 27. Better is he that laboreth and aboundeth in all things than he that boasteth himself and wanteth bread.
Hit that one more time, Salaki.
Better is he that laboreth and aboundeth in all things than he that boasteth himself and wanteth bread.
See that? Because that's a cut on so many niggas in the world. Because it's so many people of our people who love to boast and don't even got a goddamn thing and need something. You see what I'm saying? It's so many of our people that do that, right? But it's better to actually, you know, put that work in and you know, and get it, right? Much better, right? More on that?
No, that's all.
Okay, Hassan, get 1 Peter 1 and 22.
First Peter 1 and 22. Seeing ye have purified your souls and obeying the truth through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren, see that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently.
See, and that's a part of that fervence as well, that we have that love towards each other with a pure heart. So we putting this work in, we putting our prayers up, and we loving one another. That's what this whole thing is about, man. Right? And Satan hates all of that. He hates you waking people up. He hates you praying to the Most High in the name of Yahweh, and he hates you loving each other because he's literally utilized through Esau a system that's taught our people to just hate each other's guts so much. So when we love each other, we are combating that. You see what I'm saying? We're combating that so much, and he hates when brotherly love is. That's why he always tries to hop on somebody and mess everything up, right? He's always trying to hop on somebody and mess everything up. And in so many of Black and Hispanic organizations, he's successfully done this, right? Let's just take a look at every Black and Hispanic organization that started, right? Let's take a look at the Crips, right? Here the Crips came. We niggas Crip love, right? Now look, the Crips are murdering each other. You see what I'm saying? The Crips can't stand each other, right? Let's go to Chicago. The Latin Kings came out, right? Latin Kings killing each other. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to the back to California, the Serranos. You see the Mexicans started on the Mexican Mafia. Guess what? They kill each other all. You see what I'm saying? He's come in any organization that's been about the collective love of Blacks and Hispanics. Here Satan comes, and Native Indians. Here Satan comes, sows discord and destroys it, right? Destroyed it, right? But as for us, you know, in this truth, armed with what we're armed with the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh, these scriptures, we can't allow that to happen, even though some of us do allow that to happen. And, you know, again, we understand that brothers are going to misstep, and sometimes Satan is going to win a battle. We can't let him win the war, but there are going to be certain battles that he is going to win, realistically, right? But when you lose, you get up, you brush yourself off, and you know how he's coming, and you don't lose that fight again. You see what I'm saying? You don't lose that fight again. But we're going to misstep sometimes, and he's going to get over on us in a couple battles. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Most High, we're going to win this war. That's right. We're going to win the war against this devil. I'm telling you that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. Precepts?
Yeah, I
go
got
ahead.
Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 16 says, "For a just man falleth 7 times and rises up again."
Exactly. And keeps fighting that fight. You know, we've referenced this before in the Olympics. I believe it was 2016 to 2012 Olympics. It was the hurdle races, and the Levite dude hit the boom and fell over. But he got up and he finished the race still. A lot of people would have just walked off the track. I lost, right? You feel me? Nah, he ran the race. You got to just, you know what I mean? The Most High respects that. You ain't give up. You see what I'm saying? So you gonna fall. You might slip up. He might get over on you in a particular battle. But you know, in the words of, you know, Pops, you live.
Right.
You live to fight another day. You see what I'm saying? You live to fight another day as long as you don't just give yourself up to it. Like so many people, it's crazy because it was a brother that was in the Atlanta camp. And the brother sent me a video today. He was celebrating Christmas. He was, you know, he was just born. He was with mom. He was like, yeah, Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's like, damn, bro's having Christmas, bro. Like, damn, bro, nigga done went to Christmas, bro. Like, whoa, like, I just, and what's crazy is that's why it's a fearful thing to fall into the hand of the Most High, because if you just let Satan win, you'll be, to me, it's unimaginable to think that I'm going to go and celebrate Christmas. But if I just let Satan win, I'll be, nigga, there'll be a tree in the crib. You feel what I'm saying? I can't imagine, conceptualize that right now. But if Satan have his way, it'll happen. And if I'm weak, the Most High will allow that to happen.
Well, that's the second, my bad.
Good, you good.
It says, but the wicked shall fall into mischief.
See that mischief. Y'all thought Halloween was mischievous than Christmas, man. More mischievous than that goddamn candy, man. I'm gonna tell you that now. Right? They both mischievous, but Christmas got it beat. Christmas got you putting your children in the lap of a complete stranger. Right? One thing got you knocking on strangers' doors asking for candy. The other one you put in the lap of a complete stranger. We think about this. Now I got kids. I think about this stuff all the time. I go, why was I allowed to do any of this stuff? What kind of parents do we have that let us do this shit? This is nuts, the type of stuff. Like, what? They could just be outside all day. You know what I'm saying? God knows where. I'm not keeping my eye off my kids, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, hell nah. Why was I allowed to do all this stuff? You know, and I think, you know, maybe it was we were less aware and, you know, thing was kind of cooler. And even in their days, you know, because if you look at the liberties we had in the 90s, then you look at the liberties they had in the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. You know, back in the city, you used to not even have to wear those seatbelts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everything was just cool. So, you know, I guess maybe from, you know, more awareness and just like the scriptures talk about the evil increasing, you know what I mean? But, you know, some of this stuff, it's just it's just crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's really crazy. You know, but, you know, again, the moral of the story is Satan's going to apply pressure. So we got to apply it right back. That simple. Let them know that we in it to win it. We not just bowing out in this fight. We're going to fight the good fight. You know, by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. That's it. It's that simple, man. It's that simple. Right. Precept, go ahead, my boy.
2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 76.
Mm-hmm.
And the God of them who keep thy commandments and precepts, said the Lord God, let not your sins weigh you down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we go ahead.
And let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
And this was crazy. I got Cap here. Cap, you there? That's such
I'm here.
And that needs to come out more. So about not letting your sins weigh you down. Last time we was in Vegas back in August. It's a brother that's prospecting with us who knows a brother that is a part of the original camp before it became SICARRI when it was GMS San Diego. He linked us back up with a brother we actually had met and talked with him at Planet Hollywood, right? Brother who I myself, Cap, was very close with during that time when, you know, we all labored together back in San Diego. And that's essentially what, you know, the brother did. He let them sins weigh him down, you feel me? And, you know, to where he not, you know, he essentially went back into the world. He still, of course, it's not like he ain't do like the boy. I was just talking about the boy, you know, he's full-fledged back a Christian or, you know, anything like that. You know, he's never denied, you know, the truth. He just, of course, is not walking this out, unfortunately. But, you know, a lot of that had to do with him allowing his sin to weigh him down, as opposed to like just, you know, when he fell, brushed himself off, you know, maybe he felt like he fell too much, etc. He feel like he couldn't brush himself off and keep walking anymore. You feel what I'm saying? We can't do that, you know. And the cold thing is when we see him, we still encourage him like, bro, I mean, it's not over yet. you do still have time. You can get your ass right now. Quit making goddamn excuses, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we can't do that. You know what I mean? We can't just bow out. We can't just let Satan get the dub. He's putting that pressure on us. We putting that pressure on him. It's that simple. We not just laying down. Damn that. We've laid down. I know y'all people ain't sick of laying down yet. Been laying down, getting screwed 500 years, man. It's time to get your ass up out that bed, stand up, man. Stand tall in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
SICARRI.
We are the children of the one Yahweh.
The chosen.
Ye are the chosen of the one Yahweh. And he has given his laws to us. Now everything belongs to us.
Shalom, what's going on? It's your brother, Chief Priest Alazar Lawyer, aka the Gorilla Hebrew. And I'm just letting y'all know I just dropped my official clothing line, Urban Gorilla. Go to urbangorilla.com right now to check us out, man, and pick something up. There's URBNGRLA.com. We got all kind of items for men, women, children, even infants, as well as fragrance oil, smell goods. You can also check out Hebrew Israelite Clothing Co., another SICARRI business, on Instagram and Facebook. And as always, you can hit up DeaconSICARRI.com to get your plug on the scarves, the music, and the children's Bibles. Thanks for your time. All praise to the Most High. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.